So Chinese New Year is coming up next week, and one of the biggest and most important parts of this festival is of course eating. And depending on where you're from in China, you're gonna eat different kinds of things. So today Jess is gonna be showing me a little bit more about how she celebrates Chinese New Year, and she's gonna be showing me one of the dishes that she likes to cook. So what is that dish? So this here is a pencai. It translates to basin dish, and it's true to its name because this is basically a basin filled with some of the most sought after and symbolic ingredients in Chinese cooking. Today, the kitchen table at Jess's place included everything from abalone to lobster,
我今天选了龙虾，最近龙虾的价格很好哦。
oysters, prawns, pig's feet, roast meats, and much, much more. This is an expensive table of food, but there's symbolism behind a lot of these ingredients, and that's what makes this dish so popular to eat on Chinese New Year.
今天 Amy 会看到那个发菜，你说的恭喜发财，发财。
So for example, this ingredient, fa cai, is very symbolic because there is an idiom in Chinese or a chengyu for New Year that you'd say 恭喜发财 or 恭喜发财, I believe, in Cantonese. And this is fat choy, this is fa cai, this represents the making wealth part of that idiom. But 恭喜发财 is by no means the only Chinese New Year idiom. There are so many phrases and greetings during this period to wish health, wealth, and good fortune upon others. So I'm with some friends and we're currently going through a list of some of the popular New Year idioms in Chinese.
So there's one 恭贺新喜.
Pardon?
恭
Okay, it's unusual. I don't use this idiom.
招财进宝.
招财就是希望你发财你可以赚很多的 money， 赚很多钱。
这些成语都是就是关于钱的，
关于好运气，关于钱，就是一些吉祥的话来祝福别人，都是大家想听到的话，因为很多人都喜欢钱嘛这些东西，然后就说别人最爱听的。
I feel like every single ingredient on this table has a meaning. So for your information, as I am reading straight from Google, prawns are also a huge staple in Chinese New Year meals because its pronunciation in Cantonese, ha, echoes the sound of ringing laughter. According to tradition, when you eat it, you will be filled with happiness and laugh ha ha.
Yeah, 对。
While I'm at it, I've also asked Google what is the significance, the symbolism behind eating abalone during Chinese New Year. It's believed that eating abalone, 鲍鱼, will bring good fortune and abundance for the rest of the year.
你看它像我们中国以前的元宝，金元宝就是 money， 我们都会用上就是丰富的材料进去。对，就是寓意来年就会越来越好啊。
So as you can imagine, with so many ingredients, this is a very complex dish to make. So for that reason, this is not going to be a tutorial video. But if you'd like to check out the full recipe, you can check it out on Jess's profile. But this is by no means the only dish or the most popular dish that people eat on Chinese New Year. So I decided to go out and ask people how they celebrate Chinese New Year and most importantly, what they eat.
我的家乡来自北方嘛，然后我其实家里还是北方的那种传统，每年过年都会包饺子，其他的话就要看春晚。就 watch the Spring Festival Gala， 就是有一些音乐啊、舞蹈啊，然后一些小品，comedy。小时候放鞭炮，但是我去到大城市了以后就不让再放鞭炮了，所以一般可能去只能看那些烟花什么的，那就是没有那种自己去放鞭炮的乐趣了。
When I was a kid, I think it's the best time during the year for the Chinese New Year. Of course, you got the new clothes. You will change your new clothes on that day. I always got my boys traditional clothes for them. It's for fun for us. And they were happy too. Of course, you wash from top to toe and you put the new clothes on, new socks, new underwear. You know, we got 12 different animals for each year. If this year the same animal as the year you was born, you're supposed to wearing a red underwear
For the whole year?
for the whole year. Because people believe you probably have bad luck during the year. the red underwear may be helping you to avoid all the bad things happen to you.
So as a reference, here's a table that can help you find out what zodiac sign you are. Since we're heading into the year of the ox, if you were born in 2009, 1997, 85, 73, 61, 49, 37, 25, 13 or 1901, feel free to wear red underwear every single day this year. It's 2021 guys, we can't afford any more bad luck this year. In China, very conveniently, around this time of year, they're selling red underwear like these in bulk at malls and online. You can pick up 30 or 40 pairs for an absolute bargain.
Are you planning to celebrate Chinese New Year this year?
Yes, I am. Yes.
What are you going to do?
So my friend, my local Aussie friend, is actually going to have a Chinese New Year feast.
Oh.
And I bought decorations for my house.
Oh, what have you got?
So I've got like a sign on my door that says Happy New Year. I've got little things on my door handles and everything.
Decorating the house is a huge part of Chinese New Year, and you'll often see this character pasted on doors.
你们知道这个是什么意思吗？
会带来幸运。
有没有发现妈妈在家里贴的时候会把它倒过来？是不是贴错了？是不是？是吗？不是，很多家的妈妈都会把它倒着贴，因为它听起来就像福到啦。
Here's another essential Chinese New Year house decoration. They're called duilian and they're pasted on each side of a doorway, and written on them are blessings and well wishes for the year ahead. So these are the duilian that I've put up on my doorframe this year, and it reads, "Welcome spring." Even though I'm actually in the southern hemisphere, we're about to go into autumn, but never mind. Welcome spring, welcome, I guess, wealth. And on this side it says, receive fortune, receive money, and receive peace.
In my hometown, the most famous things is beef hot pot. Everyone went there to have try out beef hot pot. So even in the Lunar New Year, we usually celebrate by having beef hot pot, and especially we are a seaside city.
Yeah.
So we have seafood the whole time. So we have seafood and beef hot pot.
如果在中国的时候，我们会很多节目哦，我们会去逛花街，就是一条好长的街，然后全都是那些好多好漂亮的花，然后那些人就会买回家放在家里，家里会放好多花。
What's your favorite part about Chinese New Year?
红包。像这个我可以存下一整年的零花钱 maybe.
Oh my gosh.
So in case you didn't already know, hongbao or red packets are basically little envelopes filled with money.
In Australia, we don't really give money away like that. Like in Australia, people would give each other a gift card or buy a gift from somewhere. It's definitely a different experience, but it's also good because you can use that to buy yourself what you actually would like instead of being maybe forced to like a gift that's given to you by someone. So this is one year when I went to China with a friend of mine, and her family gave me.
Oh my gosh.
Usually we'll have a big gathering in the house, and there will be about 4 or 5 families.
Yeah.
And then each parent would give red pocket to each child, and there's usually $20 inside.
A Chinese New Year must be very expensive for a parent.
Oh, yeah.
Does anyone give you money? So when do the kids stop getting money?
When they married.
Oh. Wait a while.
I also wanted to understand a bit more about how Chinese New Year this year might be a little different to normal.
我其实觉得比较难，特别是今年真的挺难。
因为 COVID 吗？
对我其实也是第一个在悉尼过的春节嘛，因为我之前也是没有来悉尼，然后我20年来了之后就卡在悉尼回不去了。因为往年的话，我们肯定是会去找就是家里团聚，然后包括年夜饭，然后还有要去拜年跟朋友亲戚，但是今年就没有办法。
I can't go home, go back to my family, so I will stay here in Australia, in Sydney, and travel in New South Wales. I'm okay, but my family, my mom, my granny is really sad about that because they haven't seen me like for a whole year.
Especially at this time where I can't go back to reunion with my family. So usually at Sydney I'll celebrate with my friends, and we just going to the Chinese restaurant, have some special dish. That will be the different year this year.
One thing to keep in mind is that Chinese New Year is all about spending time with family, which makes this an incredibly difficult time of year to not be able to get home and spend this time with your family. So I really encourage anyone who's watching this video to reach out to your friends who you know may celebrate Chinese New Year or Lunar New Year and just let them know you're there, send them some wishes, because I know for myself I would be absolutely heartbroken if I weren't able to be home for something like Christmas or New Year's Eve. So my heart really goes out to anyone right now who's unable to get home, and just know that I'm thinking about you. So today I'm learning how to make this fabulous New Year's dish. You know where else you can learn fabulous things? Well, Skillshare, of course, and they are the sponsor of this video. So Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of classes over a wide range of topics that can help you learn whatever it is that you want to learn this year. As you may or may not know, I recently got a new camera. It is right here actually. I got an A6600 from Sony, and I'm currently on the learning curve of how to use this thing, especially when it comes to photography, because when I get back to China, I want to be taking some really, really awesome photos. And for the past 3 years making videos, I exclusively use auto mode, which I feel like I'm missing a lot of opportunities. So in the last month, I have watched pretty much every single photography course on Skillshare that there is, and I have a couple of favorites that I want to recommend. I particularly like the street photography classes from Trash Hand, and he shares his philosophy of how he gets the shots. Just the way that he sees the world is just so interesting, and I learned a lot from him. But I also watched the entire course from National Geographic photographer Ami Vital, and she's a travel photographer, and so I learned a lot from her as well. So if you're interested in trying out Skillshare for free, for a limited time only, the first 1,000 people to click on the link in my description are going to get a free trial of Skillshare Premium. And if you enjoy it and you decide to buy Skillshare, for an annual subscription is less than $10 a month. So it's really worthwhile, especially if you want to learn something. So the pencai is officially finished. It is a really impressive looking dish, and I'm really kind of getting the symbolism of wealth and prosperity from this dish, because there's literally some of the most expensive ingredients that you can get in this dish today, and we calculated it a little bit earlier, and there's about $250 to $300 worth of ingredients just in this pot alone. So I'm really feeling like the year of the ox, the new year, is gonna be the year that I just get mega rich, because I'm about to eat some pencai. So huge thanks to Jess for providing me with this opportunity. Thank you so much, Jess, for introducing this to me. And one last thing I want to say to you is 恭喜发财，红包拿来。